Hello, and welcome back. In this episode, we will look into how my Dr. Wattson learns new tricks. The fact that my Dr. Wattson's CT sensors are listening in on every power circuit makes it easier for the system to track individual appliances. Most of them are typically supplied by dedicated circuits. But what if different electrical devices are connected to the same circuit? In a garage, for example, there may be one or more motors powering the doors, ceiling lights, and a number of power outlets used for charging a car or various landscaping devices. As long as all these devices display significantly different patterns of power consumption, my Dr. Wattson can be trained to tell them apart and report on them separately. Out of the box, my Dr. Wattson comes with some rudimentary knowledge. It can, for example, distinguish a light bulb from an operating garage door. Everything else is labeled as unknown. In this episode, we will train my Dr. Wattson to recognize when an electric car is being charged. When we plug the car charger in for the first time, my Dr. Wattson reports on the activity as an unknown. Next to each activity item, there is a light bulb icon that leads to the training screen. Here you can correct my Dr. Wattson's guess or create new activities that you want the application to recognize going forward. When we open the screen, you can see that there are two known activities, ceiling light and garage door. None of them resemble the pattern of charging the car, so they remain unchecked. Let's create a new activity and call it car charge. We will also check it so that my Dr. Wattson can associate the new pattern with this activity and recognize it in the future. We unplug the car for now to repeat the experiment to see if my Dr. Wattson recognizes the car charging next time. At this point, my Dr. Wattson only sees the ceiling light being on in the garage. Let's plug the charger in. Here we go. Instead of the unknown, the activity is now labeled car charge. Similarly, my Dr. Wattson can be trained to recognize other statistically distinct power operations within the garage or any other part of the house where multiple devices are powered off the same circuit.